Hi guys, and welcome to Perspective Storyline. This is going to be a general reading for the last 6 zodiac signs. I just posted a previous video that went over Aries through Virgo. So now we are going to start with Libra. I do hope that these messages resonate. If Libra is not your sign, just kind of fast forward and listen for me to say your zodiac sign, and then tune in. My comments are going to be turned off, so if these messages resonate with you, please go ahead and hit the like button, because it's just going to reinforce me that these messages are resonating, they're helping in some way, shape, or form. But I'm going to take a deep breath. And we're going to get into Libra energy. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a major arcana for you, Libra. And that's it. So let's just go ahead and get into it for Libra. Okay, Libra, we have the Sun. The Sun is a very positive card. It's a card of positivity, of exposure. Like, the Sun illuminates everything. Like, nothing, it just illuminates everything. Again, like I told Taurus, because they got this card as well, you could be in a situation where you're turning lemons into lemonade, okay? I feel like there's just this like warm yellow light that you are pouring onto others. I feel like there's a lot that has came to the surface as well within a situation. I feel like there's things that you're able to see about the place that you are in, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, whatever that is. I feel like things are not the surface and there's light on them, so you can see certain things better now. It's that exposure that the Sun gives us. I was also getting this energy of like big ideas, like idolizing, like, but let's go ahead and get into some of these cards so we can get a more thorough message for you. Maybe something about your the soles of your feet right now. I know, super random, but hopefully that means something for somebody. Over the hills and far away. Okay. Okay. We have the card that says tragedy, forbidden love. So there could be things that are coming to the surface right now where it's kind of like this forbidden love, forbidden fruit kind of energy, and this could be something that you've been kind of like running from or trying to avoid looking at, but it's kind of like the more it's kind of just sat there, like whatever stays out all night will be seen in the morning. Like, I'm trying to articulate what I'm trying to say. There is something that society, other people, or the limits, restrictions that we put on ourselves or other people put on us that make us feel like this is not for us. Like, the word forbidden is just kind of like forbidden. Why? Forbidden how? Forbidden because he, she, they say that I can't have it, or that it's not within my life story to have this. Like, no, everything is like a conscious decision. You know, that's the fate and destiny and free will. Okay, so free will, there's something about free will here that is saying that something has to be a specific way. You can or you cannot have something, but that's really not the case. It's just there is a lot of there would be a lot of change in order to get something that you may want or that you desire to have or that you feel like you can't have, okay? It may feel really risky, like it's only forbidden because getting to it would mean that I would have to, risk my job, risk my relationships, risk the security that I already have. And it's like, it's not that it's forbidden, it's that you don't want to do the work necessary in order to get what you want or have what you desire. It's like, it's not that it's forbidden, it's that it's a messy situation. And it's not that it's even messy, it's just that there's a way that your life is going right now that it, for some reason, is making it seem like you can't be with a certain somebody, that you can't have a certain type of love, because that would mean that all the other things in your life are kind of questionable, is like what I'm getting. Like, okay, here's an example. Let's say that let's say I'm in love with a man named Joe. Joe is, it doesn't matter what Joe is, right? But Joe, let's say Joe, I love Joe, he's forbidden. I feel like I'm going to tell you why he's forbidden. He's forbidden because, let's say I am a very wealthy girl, okay? And my parents, Joe is not wealthy. Joe does not come from that type of background. So what that means is that these restrictions have like these ideas of what I'm supposed to be or how I've grown are making it limited for me to have access to Joe, because that would mean that I don't have to date in my class, right? In my economic class. It's just that there are no limits. Or like, let's say I'm with Tina, but and I love Tina, but I absolutely love Sally. Like, my soul is asking for Sally, but I can't have Sally. Sally is forbidden love because I'm with Tina. No, that's not what it is. The thing is that you can't have Sally because you don't want to confront those things with Tina and, move past that and deal with whatever that is. It's just that there's repercussions and there's a lot of risk, okay? And it's like, it could be getting harder to accept that. And this does not have to be a person. Like, it very much could be like strong persons types energy, okay? But it's just like realizing something that you desire is going to require you to maneuver around and change your belief system. This is all about your belief system. Like, nothing is forbidden. It's just your belief system is very strong right now. And it's making you feel restricted. Like, you can't have something. Like, when you're on a diet, it's not that you can't have ice cream, right? It's just that would require a lot of... Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I feel like it's really hard to explain this, but I feel like it's also so simple. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not forbidden. It's just the belief system that is restricting you, making you feel restricted. Let's go ahead and pull another card for you, Libra. Or like forbidden, that could be like an age gap or something, like, oh my god, like, I can't date him, he's 10 years older, and it's like, you can date him, you're just restricting yourself with your own beliefs there, which I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not trying to mock anybody, because all of this shit is hard. Life is hard. Situations are hard, right? But it's all about how, you need to live in your authenticity. Even if it means that you got to take a risk, you got to take a gamble, you got to take a chance. Take that chance on yourself, you know what I mean? But let's see what other cards come out. I feel like this is going to be different for everybody, but I do hope that this resonates in some way for somebody and that I am able to kind of sort of help or something. Okay, and then we have sipping the tea. Careful who you listen to. Ooh, listen to constructive criticism. Okay, criticism, like beliefs, like there's just a lot of fucking noise coming through the stereo right now saying that you can't have it this way and you can't have it that way, but there is absolutely, those are just like words, like it's a belief system that you're building around it. So, but listen to constructive criticism, listening to gossip or news. So it feels like right now, like you're sipping the tea, you're hearing all this feedback, things are becoming more exposed, things are becoming more evident, things are becoming more vulnerable. It's getting harder to not see something for what it is. But at the same time, you really need to be careful with the advice that you may hear from other people, or, you know, the stipulations that they are putting on you and how that is reflecting onto your belief system of whether or not you can or cannot have something, okay? Whew, okay, that was a lot. But let's go ahead. I just feel like I have a lot of energy because a lot of this stuff is really breakthrough, you know, it's like a lot of different revelations. So sometimes I have to get it out when I'm talking, and it'll make it sound like I'm breathing heavy because I'm trying to get the message out before it falls at the wayside. And it's like I'm afraid it won't make sense if I don't get it out how I need to. So for me, I'm going to allow myself that, and you guys can have that narrative, right? It's all about doing what's best for you. And if you have to recreate new belief systems, that's okay. Like if your belief system is no longer serving you and your heart and your soul, then it's okay. It's okay if something that has a tried and true method, it's okay if one day you wake up and that isn't right or that puzzle piece doesn't fit anymore. Like it's okay. It is kind of flabbergasting when you've had a belief system for so long and it's been serving you, and then one day you wake up and it's not serving you anymore, because it's like, how am I gonna build different belief systems and this and that? But you will. It's just like your soul is evolving and requires you to move around and be gentle with yourself. I feel like I should say that, like, be gentle with yourself. Don't listen to any negative criticism. Don't listen to the things that make you feel really negative and bad right now. Like, constructive criticism is good, yes. Like telling you that it's not that it's forbidden, it's that it's built on a belief system that is not growing with who you're becoming as a person and what your soul is evolving into. I really hope that makes sense. And the card we have for you is do not make assumptions. Communicate with clarity. I keep getting tongue-tied. Communicate with clarity. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. If all humans would communicate with the impeccability of the word, all of our relationships would change. There would be no wars, there would be no violence, and there would be no misunderstandings. And I feel like I need to repeat this one sentence. If all humans would communicate with impeccability of the word, all of our relationships would change. Like, if people were honest with us and we were honest with ourselves, things would always be in a constant state of change, which means our belief system would have to be forever changing as well. So this, I feel like this is really good advice to implement, not because I'm saying it, but because I don't know, I just feel like it is. If we were all being true and authentic to ourselves, our belief systems would look like a kaleidoscope when you turn it. Just always flowing, always moving, always changing. So it's just like right now, you just have to kind of ask yourself about your belief system and the things that you are willing to risk and gamble and maneuver around, and if you are willing to take a chance on yourself and risk things for your true happiness. But that is what I have for you, Libra, and I'm going to move on to Scorpio now. That was a lot, and I know that it sounds complicated, and in some ways it's extremely complicated, and then in other ways it's extremely lighthearted and very like simple, but it's walking a fine line between both of those, isn't it? I do hope that resonated and helped somebody though. Okay, on to Scorpio. Scorpio, let's go ahead and see what messages we have for you that you need to hear right now for your greatest and highest good. Okay, we have the High Priestess energy. Okay, so it's like your intuition is expanding right now at this time. You may feel like you just know something, like you might not have any factual proof, or something may not seem logical, but it's like your intuition is very heightened at this time. There's this aura, there's this sense about you. You may feel a little psychic right now, or there may be a secret that you're holding on to at this time. Let's go ahead and pull some cards on this for you. Okay, Scorpio. It's like you just have a feeling, and you know what, your feeling is right, whatever it is right now. It's like, you're right, you're not wrong at all. It could be something you're keeping to yourself. Okay, we have the struggle is real. Who had this? Okay, I think Virgo had this card. Had a couple of repeat cards today. So, hitting a rough patch in life, frustrating situation, not easy, trying times, setback, and annoyed. What I'm getting is like you kind of know or have an idea of why things are not happening the way that you would like, or you could feel annoyed, or like, you know, the situation just isn't happening how you would like for it to happen. But it's almost like there's something inside of you that is kind of telling you or pinpointing or like moving, showing you why that is. And it can be something that, you know, can't really be explained on paper, right? Like there's no scientific proof, but it's just like, you know, I know that this is why something is not working. But let's see. But you could also have an idea of how to get out of a situation as well. Like you could have a feeling that you need to do this or to do that, and if you act on that, then that can make things a little bit easier for you. Let's go ahead and pull another card for you. Let's see. Okay, we have Crushed, which this card has came out a lot today as well. Sad, broken, feeling alone. It's like you could have a gut instinct about something right now at this time, and it maybe because your heart, your body like knows that something is a certain way. It could just be making you very sad right now, or feel like it's pushing you back. You could just be in this very frustrated, like sad energy, but it's like something inside of you knows why this is and also knows how to move past this, deal with it, and move past it. Okay? It's just, you know, the things that you have to do, it just might annoy you that you have to move or act or behave a certain way to bring yourself out of this funky energy, is what I'm getting right now. Kind of short, sweet, and to the point with this one, Scorpio. I will get one more card for you, and then we will go to who is left. Sagittarius. Okay, we'll go to Sagittarius after this. But one more card for Scorpio here. For the greatest and highest good, the messages that need to come through at this time for them. Okay, we have be impeccable with your word. Create a beautiful dream. I feel like the collective is going through a lot of similar things. We have a lot of repeat cards. But Scorpio, I know you just want to hear the message, so I'll give it to you. Your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. Impeccability of the word only creates beauty, love, and heaven on earth. So doing what you say you're going to do, acting the way that you say you are. Like, you know, if I go around saying, I'm a good person, but then I go around and I'm, you know, not being a good person, it kind of diminishes my word. I'm not being impeccable. I'm not doing what I say I am, behaving the way that I say I am, because then it's just not lining up. So when you start matching your behavior to your morals as a person, I feel like it's going to be easier to get out of these complicated emotions and feelings, because your reality is your thoughts. The way you're thinking, the way you're behaving, all of it creates the environment around you. So make a list of like morals or values that you have and hold yourself to that standard and celebrate that standard and celebrate yourself being in alignment with who you are. But that is the message that I have for you, Scorpio. I do hope that it resonated in some way, shape, or form, and I do hope that it was able to help somebody see their situation a little bit better. Moving on to Sagittarius. Yes. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a major arcana card for Sagittarius. Okay, we have the Judgment card. Okay, so Sagittarius, you are walking down an aisle, and all of a sudden, the aisle splits into two different directions, and you have to make a decision to go left or to go right. It's a judgment call. Something is changing in your life. Your life is expanding, and I cannot tell you which way it is expanding in, because that is up to you. Are you going to go left? Are you going to go right? Are you going to answer the call from the universe and evolve onto the next direction? Are you going to stay on the path that you are on? Which one is your calling? Which one sits best with you? You have came to a realization, you have came to an awakening about something, and it's feeling like a process. So let's go ahead and pull some cards on this to get a better message for you at this time. Okay. It's like a wake-up call from the universe. Asking like, okay, are we going to act right, or are we going to do this lesson again? It's like, I don't know. But let's just pull some cards since I'm at a loss for words. We have orbiting. Digitally, I'm sorry. Digitally observing a love interest, keeping tabs, staying connected, stalking a crush, cowardice. So you may like feel and find yourself having to make a decision in regards to a connection that you have with somebody. It's feeling like an interest. That's what it says. You have to make a decision, and I'm hearing here, use your discernment in relation to a strong connection that you have with somebody or a situation that you have. You could really like this person a little. You may feel even a little obsessed, like you want to know what they're doing all the time. You want to, be up to date. You want to just like keep tabs on them. And it's like you've came to a place where it's like, what does Kanye West say? You can either leave or live with it. It's like you have a decision to make in regards to this, okay? Let's pull another card for you. But I do feel like maybe disconnecting from this might help you make this judgment call. I also heard something that's reminding me of this, and I don't know why it's reminding me. Okay, this situation, this connection, whether it's a person or a situation, do you like the way that it looks, or do you genuinely like it for what it is? Okay, and what I mean by that is, I'll just use a very straightforward example. Let's say you have this huge crush on this boy because he's really popular and really cool and just really has this overall like really cool image, and you think all the other girls like him, like total and complete catch, right? Like who wouldn't want that, right? But here's the kicker. Dude's an asshole. Like, dude, the person is not, what their image reflects, that you don't feel that way. The chemistry is not there. Okay, the chemistry is not there. Different morals and values. We treat people differently. Just things like that. Like, do you like what it's supposed to be because of the way it looks or the packaging? Do you like the packaging, or do you like what's inside of the package? Okay, yes, okay. Now pulling the next card for this message. Oh, we got 3 cards coming out, so you are a lucky little bean here because everybody else got like 1. We have gossip, desire, and verge, and it says petty, jealousy, envy, lust, sexual chemistry, about to reveal / confess. So, okay, this is a very lustful reading for you. I feel like the packaging of something just looks so good. It's like it's fucking sold out. You can't get any of these t-shirts because they just can't stay in stock because they're just flying off the shelves. You finally got your hands on one of these fucking t-shirts, right, that are just like so fucking hot, and you take it out of the packaging and you put it on and it's fucking itchy. You don't like the material. It doesn't fit right. The shoulders are too big. The fucking width of the fucking t-shirt is just, it just isn't fitting. So it's like, is this just surface level or does this go deeper? And that's something that, you're gonna have to, whether these are just things that you're going to have to think about. Like, do you like this person because other people like this person? Do you like this job because, like, you know, if it's not a person, it could be anything, right? Do you like this job because it's like $30 an hour, but it drains the fucking soul out of you? You know, just like the packaging. That's what I keep hearing. The packaging is so nice, but it's just not for you. Like, it's just like, oh my gosh. It's like Superman ice cream, right? It's like fucking 50 different colors. It's completely beautiful. Like, who would... And this is a personal story, too. Okay. And this is how it went. And I'm going to tell you the exact story. One time, I was tripping on mushrooms, kind of, sort of, right? I was, like, tripping on mushrooms with my friends. I wasn't full-blown tripping because I actually threw these all up. But that part's not relevant. What's relevant is I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so giddy. I am so happy. We're in my friend's car. We're at a gas station doing something. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's an ice cream shop right across the street. I'm not like tripping too hard because I basically threw them all up, but I'm gonna go, like, I'm still tripping though. I'm gonna go into the ice cream store. I'm like, oh my god, I look at all the ice cream. I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be so good, right? And I see the Superman ice cream and I'm like, that's the one. That's the one. Look at it. Look at all those colors. Oh my god, this is going to be amazing, right? So I buy the ice cream. I'm headed back to the car. I take a big lick of this ice cream, the Superman ice cream, and it fucking sucked, bro. Like, it did not taste good at all. It was not for me. And some people love Superman ice cream, right? Like, it's cracked up to be to some people. But for me, I just thought it looked really cool, so I thought the experience of it was going to be really cool, when in actuality, I just don't like Superman ice cream. And that is my story. And I will pull one more card for you, Sagittarius, but then I am moving on to the next sign. I do hope that this message is resonating with somebody, and I hope that you like my ice cream story. Okay, we have be impeccable with your word. It says cultivate faith. Faith, okay. To have great faith is to have great power, because your intent, your will is undivided. When your word isn't dissipated by doubt, the power of your word becomes even stronger. Put faith out there that, you know, it's all going to work out, that the universe is in your favor. If you want to listen to some things to kind of help put you on like a guided meditation, Abraham Hicks speaks a lot about having intent, like manifesting with intent, okay? Having faith that everything is always working out for you. And also, you know, just because you think that ice cream looks so damn good, and when you find out that it's not hitting your taste buds like you had hoped, you have to have faith that the right ice cream is out there for you. You know, like chocolate ice cream is brown like shit, but it's fucking delicious and does not taste like shit. And I'm not saying go for a less appealing package. I'm just saying what is for you is going to be the most delicious ice cream. The ice cream that is meant for you is going to be the most delicious ice cream. But that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. I don't know why, but I very much did enjoy that reading. I really liked that a lot. But I am now moving on to Capricorn. Okay. Capricorn. Let's go ahead and pull a major arcana card for you. I'm going to see what energies want to come out for you for your greatest and highest good. Okay. Okay. It is judgment time for a lot of our zodiac signs. Okay, this Sagittarius just had this card as well, and yes, I did shuffle. I think this is just a lot of the collective just needs to hear this message about the judgment card. You are going through something right now that requires you to make a decision that is going to lead to expansion. It can be from the higher realm, it can be from the lower realm, but I do feel like the destination is still the destination. That's where you're going to end up. It's just like, do you want to take the long way with a bunch of obstacles and darkness, or do you want to accept that you're going through an evolution and put that work in to go through a very light-hearted and fun route to it, okay? Like, there's a decision that needs to be made. You have came to an awakening, a realization, and this is what the universe is asking of you at this time, you know? It's like a wake-up call from the universe saying, like, which way do you want to do this? Like, I'm calling you. Are you going to answer? But let's go ahead and get some cards to clarify this message for you, Capricorn. Okay, we have a simp card here. We have having nice guy, nice girl syndrome. Will do anything to win you over. Begging, groveling, a fool. Those are the words on the card. And this is just like a very people-pleasing energy, right? It's like, I'll do this because you want me to. It's like, instead of doing it for yourself, you're doing it for somebody else, whether it's to sway them a certain way or to gain their love or to gain something from them. It's like, something is not authentic here. Something is not, it's like, I want to say you're not living up to your potential in some aspect of your life right now, Capricorn. It's like, it's giving the energy of you should never accept less from somebody just so they like you. That's kind of the energy that it's giving at this time. And it's like, you can A, keep trying to appease other people, or you can B, take that loss of losing them or that situation or that environment so you can up level to your next level because you're evolving as well. And it's just like, it's kind of like about with the ice cream that I just said for Sagittarius. Like, what's for you is for you. You know what I mean? Like, you are never going to feel comfortable at a table that you have to beg to sit at. You are never going to feel comfortable with a group of friends that you are constantly trying to prove your worthiness to. It's that kind of energy. Like, you may be like, oh, you know, like I finally fit in, I finally got like accepted, and then you sit down and it's just like stale and boring and just not you, okay? And it just feels like you have so much to offer, Capricorn. You have so much to offer. You are such an amazing person. You have all these just electrifying, awesome qualities. And if other people cannot see that for what it is, trust me when I say you are somebody's type of ice cream. You are somebody's preferred fucking ice cream. I don't know, I get a little passionate about it because I feel like I can just feel the energy. Or, you know, somebody could be that simp on you and trying to, you know, like be your type or people please you, so you keep them around and really you don't fuck with them. You know, it could go either way, but I definitely feel this energy of just like you are trying, maybe you're trying to find your soul tribe, maybe you're trying to just find a place for your soul to feel accepted and love and have the kiki and the haha and the rah rah with people, but it's like maybe you're having a hard time finding that, so you're like, fine, I'll just succumb to, yeah, this is me, this is who I am, just so you cannot feel like alone or like you stand by yourself. And I don't know why that's coming forward, but I can definitely relate to that. Like, for the longest time, I was just the funny kid. You know, I like prided myself on my humor and how much I could make people laugh. And it's almost like I gauged myself on that. Like, I got off on making people laugh so much. And I didn't even think like these jokes were funny. They didn't make me laugh, haha. Right? And it's like, I kind of made that my personality. I kind of let that define me, like being the funny, quirky girl, right? But on the inside, I never felt funny. I was actually going through a lot of things, and I had a really hard time, like, actually fitting in and being vulnerable. So it's like I shrunk myself down into these, like, little pieces so that people could, like, hold me in their hands without breaking me. Like, I didn't want to be too vulnerable or let too much of my personality show and then, like, feel like I wasn't good enough or that my true and authentic self was not worthy. I didn't want other people to define that for me, so I never showed that. You know, but then I went through a like process and I dealt with a lot of feelings and I did a lot of work, and I'm still funny. No, I'm just joking. I am funny, but like there's so many different parts to me, and like now I know that with the right people, I don't just have to be funny. I can have depth. I can have serious conversations. I can be logical. I can be intelligent. I don't have to be just one thing. And I feel like there's parts of me that felt so disposable when I was like living off of other people's like laughter for acceptance. But I don't know why it was important to tell that story, but apparently for some reason, maybe for somebody it was. But let's go ahead and pull another card for you. Again, if this does not resonate with you, then it's not for you. Just leave this message for somebody else. Don't take it too personally, you know. It doesn't have to be your message. Sometimes we're okay without a message. Okay, and then we have this card that says waves, emotions coming and going. Okay, okay, it's kind of reminded me of like BPD too. Like, it's like there's something about you where it's like your abandonment wound or your abandonment issues could feel triggered at this time. It's like you don't want to feel like you weren't good enough or something, and like the constant coming and going, it's like you want something stable, and you know, you just it feels like you want something stable. So it feels like this is a really emotional time for you. And it's not surface level, like it's something that you're really working on, I feel like. And just remember to like be gentle with yourself. And I'm also called to remind you that at this time you are protected. You may feel so vulnerable with your energy as you're trying to move and make decisions in alignment to who you are, that you may feel like vulnerable or susceptible to people like treating you like shit or being a certain way or whatever you're worried about. please know that you are divinely protected at this time. The universe is protecting you from that, like, mean energy, you know, that like you're working on some sort of like abandonment wound, and because you're working on it, the universe is, you know, it's always looking after you, but you're doing the inner work right now, Capricorn. So it's like you're really divinely protected at this time. You don't have to worry about people like intentionally coming in and out of your life or taking advantage of you or just using you for their own benefit. Like, you are prevented from harm right now, and what you're going through is all part of some divine intervention and a higher process. So it's really just like trust the process and like feel your feelings. Like if you want to cry, cry. Like don't hold back your emotions to try to appease anybody at this time. It's really important that you just do what your body and your soul needs you to do. And don't try to break yourself down to make other people comfortable. Like if you're emotional at this time and you're afraid to be emotional because your mom, dad, he, she, whoever doesn't do well with emotions, don't think you're doing them a favor by breaking yourself down to not seem emotional, because if that triggers them, then fucking good, because there's something, obviously they're healing, they're working on, that's their process, and you don't want to skimp them from working out on their process because you think you're helping when actually you're not. And it would be better for you to deal with what you're dealing with, go through what you're going through, be authentic to who you are, cry if you need to cry, laugh if you need to laugh, be angry if you need to be angry, tear up paper, take a pen to a notebook and just scribble so hard, you know, whatever it is. Be in water, let your hair down, love yourself. Those are some really big messages coming through right now, the most important ones I feel like for this reading. I'm going to get one more card for you, Capricorn, and then I'm going to move on to Aquarius and then do Pisces. If this message resonates with you, please go ahead and hit the like button. It'll let me know that, you know, I mean, I know that I'm not just like fake channeling and I'm like super crazy and I make no sense. Like, I do know that these are worthwhile chats, but it would be nice to just have that confirmed. Okay, the card we have is don't take anything personally. It says everyone lives in their own dream. All people live in their own dream, in their own mind. They are in a completely different world from the one that we live in. And that's where I'm going to leave things for you, Capricorn. I do hope that this has helped, and until next time, I will see you later. Okay, Aquarius, let's go ahead and pull a major arcana for you. At this time, things that Aquarius needs to know at this time for their greatest and highest good. Okay, we have the Lovers, number 6. So that is also Gemini energy. There is a very strong connection right now. Whether this is a person that you have a connection with, a partnership, a coworker, or just a very strong tie that you have to, you know, a job or an experience, it is being called to the forefront now, okay? It's giving Lady and the Tramp vibes for some reason, okay? Emphasis on pasta. And I'm hearing like music to my ears, like that phrase, music to my ears. But there is it's like a life-changing sort of connection too. It's like when you meet somebody or you have an experience and you know that your life is never going to be the same, it's like almost an ethereal sort of feeling. It's like, it's a connection unlike any other. It's a very unique, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and pull some cards on this message for you. Also, like something about eye contact and avoidance. Maybe there's like somebody that you like don't like to look in the eyes because like it's like you can, maybe a connection is bearable until you and somebody look at each other in the eyes, and then it's just like it's too intense, it's like too much, so it's too much to deny. So it's almost like maybe there's something about avoidance attachment pattern possibly here. It's such a cute little energy though, like it really, really is. I like it. Okay, and then we have this millennial card, and this says self-enterprising, adventurous, destroying traditions, diverse, young person individuality. So there's something very unique about this, whether this is, a connection. It doesn't have to be romantic. It definitely can, but there is like something that is just undeniable here. It's very unique. It's very different. It almost like destroys any concepts that you had around the ideas of love or connection. It's a very adventurous, like going out on a limb sort of like feeling here, okay? Okay. Let's pull another card here. It's like it does the work itself. It's like, I don't know. It's very hard to explain, but I'm assuming that you might already know that. You may be a millennial as well, okay? Let's get another card for Aquarius. Okay, and then we have this racing card, which is funny. Listen to what this says. Running and avoiding. Okay, and what did I say when we pulled that Lover's card? Like, there's something about avoidance here. It's like you're really trying to not notice this connection. You're really trying to avoid realizing that there's this like connection or something that you have. But it's like no matter how much you like run from it, or no matter how much you try to avoid it, it's just unavoidable. It's just the connection is just that strong. It's like it doesn't even have to be in your face all the time. It's just like you could constantly be, this connection can be brought to your stream of consciousness without even having to like see a picture or hear any news. It could just be something that pops up in your head, and yeah, I'm here. I can't get you out of my head. I want you out of my bed tonight. Okay, but it's just like it's something I'm hearing. Like somebody may feel like they got hit by a truck. You know how some people say like, I feel like I got hit by a truck, right? It's just like, I don't know. It's like stops you in your tracks kind of a feeling. But it's like for some reason you've really been trying to avoid this, and I think one of the reasons you've been trying to avoid this is because it's destroying traditions. It's kind of pushing you out of your regular logical way that you try to think about the world, is what I'm getting. That you try to think about life, that you try to think about the world. It's just very diverse. It's very different. It's its own thing, and that can be very scary. Like that, it's very powerful. It's very big, and something that big, you know, that feeling, that ambiguous feeling, it can be a lot, and it can make us scared, and it can make us feel like we would just rather not deal with it. because dealing with it would mean that, you know, your world changes. But because you have experienced this connection, your world has already changed. It's already changed. It will be changing because you have had this connection. You have experienced this connection. And since you have experienced it, you can't run away from it. It's like one of those things that, like, once you look at and you realize, it's like now you can't go back and unknow that information. Get what I'm trying to say? But let's go ahead and pull one more card for you, and then we're going to wrap up this video with Pisces. I do hope that this has made some sense to you. It's not really giving too much advice, but I think this is just something that you're coming to terms with. I feel like you're coming to terms with this like really strong, powerful connection that you have with a person, place, or thing, and it's starting to become unavoidable. You have 2 cards coming out, so I will read them for you. The first one says, always do your best. Practice makes perfect. And it says, by doing your best over and over, you can master the art of transformation. By doing your best, the habits of misusing your word, taking things personally, and making assumptions will become weaker and less frequent with time. So it's like, the more you try to confront these big feelings, the more you deal with it head on, even if it doesn't make sense and it confuses you, you'll be able to, even if you can only face it for 3 seconds and then you gotta turn around, and then you can only face it for 5 seconds and then you gotta turn around, and then you can only face it for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, you know, it's like the broaden and build theory. The more you do it, the easier it is going to be. Let's see. And then this card says, be impeccable with your word. Cultivate faith. I like this card. It says, to have great faith is to have great power. Because your intent, your will, is undivided. When your word isn't dissipated by doubt, the power of your word becomes even stronger. Again, you really have to, maybe it's like you are afraid to face this connection because you are afraid to have faith, you know. Faith in nothing, I want to put that, okay? I'm trying to articulate what I'm trying to say here. Have faith that whatever is for you is for you. And when we lack a certain amount of faith, we are allowing ourselves to be open to so many things that are not actually for us. When we choose not to believe in faith, we are allowing ourselves to be susceptible to things that are not for us. But that is what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that resonated and made sense for you guys. Go ahead and let me know by hitting that thumbs up comment or the thumbs up down below. Okay, and going to Pisces. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've done a YouTube video. Like, I've kind of just been doing my own thing. But I just had the feeling that I should do it today. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Like, I'm tired. I only got like 3 hours of sleep last night. So I'm like, why in the earth, who would I need to do a reading for? Being this tired, like, I'm a little delusional, I'm a little goofy because I'm like so tired. But it's like, apparently, some people within this collective really need this message. So who am I? You know, I'm just the messenger here. I am just the messenger. Okay, Pisces, let's get you a major arcana card. Yeah. Aww. We have the star card. Oh my gosh, I'm not shuffling. I was thinking of the rainbow fish. Remember that book? The rainbow fish? It's just like, I feel like you're so shiny and illuminating right now. I feel like if you were a fish, you would be that rainbow fish, and your scales would just be like glowing all different kinds of colors and just like really magical. Like fairies. Like if a fairy was a fish, it would be a rainbow fish. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And then at the bottom of the deck, you have the magician. So there's a lot of magic, I feel like, surrounding you right now. I feel like there's a lot of, some of you guys may be practicing like alchemy, but like I just feel like there's so much healing, there's so much magic, there's like so many lightning bugs in the middle of the night. Like, oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, like this energy is super pretty. Super pretty. It's like those luminescent trees that like glow on their own, like those Christmas trees. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, let's get a card. Let's see what's going on for Pisces. But the star card is symbolic of blessings, wishes coming true, inspiration, creativity, spotlight, attention. Yeah, it's just very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. This is a very unique kind of a card. The star is just so pretty. Okay, we kind of got some contradicting energy, but we're going to get through it. There's so much magic, even with this card coming out. The card that came out, we have trash, a low-class person, not worth trying, nonsense, poor quality, worthless, useless. So what this is, and those are all very harsh words, but what I'm getting is that there could be something trying to get in between you and your magic, you and your inner world, like the magic and the light and all this greatness surrounding you. It's like there could be somebody trying to tap into your energy and kind of like fuck that up, right? Or it's like it's not working, though, is what I'm getting. It's not working because this person is low quality. Like, you're vibrating at the vibration of the fucking star. It's like let me get an example here. It's like it's not even comparable. Like, I can't even compare the two. Like, it's just way too different frequencies. Like, something is operating at a low vibration, and it's like trying to like interfere with something on a higher vibration, but it's like your vibration is so high that this energy can't even fucking penetrate your aura. Like, it's not working. Like a bait and switch. Like, it's just not working. There's too much magic in the air. It's like, you don't hold a fucking flame to me. You know that like quote or that phrase? It's like, why the fuck? Okay, if you're operating in a wolf, like an alpha type energy, what the fuck is a beta fucking opinion to you? You know what I mean? Like, you're just in two different worlds. It's just not working, okay? Like, there's something that's just not, you don't fuck with it. It's just like, and you just like, you're focused on the vibration that you're in and the magic that surrounds you. And like, maybe there is trash trying to make its way into your life, whether it's the situation, it's at the workplace, it's like partnerships or a relationship or whatever it is. It's just like, you're like, yeah. And it's like, you're not even saying, I don't fuck with this, because it's just like, it's like a passing, because you're on to the next thing. Your vibration's too high to entertain that low frequency. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay, let's pull another card. Oh, what is that? What does Lil Wayne say? What's a goon to a goblin? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is a goon to a goblin? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here. And it's, okay, this other card that we have coming out is grip. It says anchor, chains, weighed down. It's like, okay, if I let this energy in, my whole vibration is going to be weighed down. I'm going to be chained down to this 3D. Let's say you're operating in the 5D. There's all this magic. There's all this greatness, all this positivity, all of this fucking fairy dust everywhere. And that's just how you're operating. There's something inspiration, something's healing. Like it's nice. It's great. And then you see, let's just as an example. And then you see somebody that, you know, you used to be friends with like 10 years ago, and, you know, their shit's already, you can tell by the way they are carrying themselves, not by, you know, what they're wearing or anything, but by the way that they're carrying themselves, that, you know, they have not evolved at all. They have not shifted. They are not working their way up. They said, all right, I'm gonna stop here. And it's like, you have grown so much since you were in that same vibration as them, that it's just like, it's almost like you feel bad for this person, and it's almost like you want to give them leniency or help them out because you like feel bad, right? But the thing is, don't do that, because you cannot bring people up to your frequency. You cannot do that. But people, if you give them the power, they can bring you down. Okay? It's like, have you ever tried to be in a okay, if you're a woman, have you ever tried to be in a relationship with a broken man and said, oh my God, I have done so much work on myself. I can fix him. I can help heal him. I can fix him. Lord, hallelujah. But you didn't, right? You were together for how many years? You never could. And what did it do, though? It drained the fuck out of you. That's the synapses right there. That is the message. Like, you can't try to help somebody out that does not want to help themselves, because it is just going to lower your frequency and your vibration. And honey, you are not having it, because you are vibrating with your highest and greatest good right now. So why the fuck would you give that up? Because you feel sorry for somebody because they don't want to put the work in? You put the work in, so, you know, like, what? You're trying to, like, lessen their load? Like, that's a choice. That's a decision they made. Like, I want to help people, motherfucker, right? Like, I love that. I love that people want to help people, but sometimes you gotta realize that no matter how compassionate, no matter how big your heart is, some people you just can't help. It's like pointless. You know what I mean? But I'm going to pull one more card for you, but that is the message that I have for you, Pisces. I know that it's not going to resonate with everyone, because not everybody has, like, trash trying to, like, show up in their lives and be like, take me and you know, like, it is what it is. It's going to resonate with who it resonates with. But let me pull this last card for you, and this will be the end of the video. We have, this card keeps coming out. It says, be impeccable with your word. Create a beautiful dream. Create a beautiful dream. Your world can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. Impeccability of the word only creates beauty, love, and heaven on earth. This is also a reminder to you that you create your reality, right? By the things you think, the way you behave, the things you say, the things you do. Create this reality. And you have created the star, okay? An infinite light source, okay? The star, okay? You've created that for yourself. Now, if you start allowing things in your environment and in your space that are not up to that higher frequency, that is going to project into your reality, because that is what you're surrounding yourself with. That's what you're messing with. That's what you will visually be seeing. And it is going to bring you back down. Some of you are going to listen to this and make the best call for you, which I think whatever decision you make about anything is always the best thing ever, because even if you fall back into a lower frequency, obviously there is something that needed to be learned, and it will make you stronger, and you can always get back up your frequency. But I'm telling you that you're in such a high healing frequency right now that you've done, you've put the work in, it's just like, why backpedal? Don't backpedal. Don't backpedal. You can only help people that want to help themselves. You can't do the work for people. No matter how much you love them, you can't do the work for them. But that is what I have for you, Pisces, and this is the end of my video. Please like, share, and or subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.